Hello, travelers. I am Paul, and this is Travels with PMB. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back to my channel. What do I focus on with this channel? I focus on all things travel, whether it be a cruise, all inclusive resorts, restaurant reviews, concerts, and so much more. Also, I am a travel advisor. And so if you are looking for that dream vacation, make sure you check me out by emailing bookwithpmb@gmail.com. So we are getting ready to start the live, and it starts in Oh man, happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great week and an even better Monday. I had a great week for the most part, and I'm excited tonight about my guest. He was supposed to come here last week, but he is on here. He's coming on tonight. I know he's just coming from also doing her live himself. So let's go through the chat and then we'll go forward from there. Shay was the first one actually that came through. Happy Monday, Shay, and thank you for being a channel member. Hey, Chris, second place. Happy Monday, Chris, and thank you for being a channel member. Happy Monday, Liz. Thank you also for being a channel member. Embarkation Nation is here. Happy Monday. Yes, Strong Raid came from Bill Armstrong's live. He does a live for the most part every Monday from 5 to 6, and my live is from 6 to 7, unless for some reason I have to cancel. TJ's in the house. Happy Monday, TJ. Danny's here. Happy Monday, Danny. Thank you for being here. Foodies Vacations. Hey, how are you doing? Thank you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Thank you for being here. We're saying hi to each other. Don't want to miss Lee. Thank you for coming through. Happy Monday. We see Shay. We're saying hi to each other. Scotty's here. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. Keisha, thank you for being a channel member. And happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. YOLO is here. Hello, Paul. Hello, chat. Happy Monday. Yes. Thank you also for being a channel member. We made it. um, yes, on time. You made it on time. Cruising Capers is here. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through, Cruising Capers. Still going through. Don't want to miss anybody. Legacia. Hi, Legacia. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for coming through. Hope you had a great Monday. D. Neil is here. Happy Monday. Thank you also for being a channel member. Happy Monday. Ken is here all the way from UK. Happy Monday. On the Go with YOLO is doing a series on London. I love London. Bill just talked about London a little bit. How he enjoyed London as well in his live. Bill, I need the link. The one I have doesn't work. Wow. Okay, let me see. I don't know what happened, Bill. Okay. No technical difficulties. Let me see. Sending Bill the link now. All right, Bill, I just emailed you the link. Let me know that you got it. Just emailed it to you. I don't know if the one that you saw was the one that you were looking at, the one from last week. So I just emailed you the link. Let me know that you got it. Do. Let me see, making sure I don't miss anybody. Did I miss anybody? Do. UK in the house. Exactly. UK is in the house. Between Lee and Ken, UK is in the house. Bernice, just going through. What's up, Chris? My sausage loving friend. Happy, Mommy Laney. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. Lita Shay's here. Happy Monday. Antoinette is here. Happy Monday. We have a lot of people. Q Swanson is here, coming from the raid. Happy Monday, everybody. Um, I'm hoping that Bill has gotten his thing. I think I am caught up now. I think I'm caught up with everybody. Thank you so much for this vacation. Hit the like button. Emma's here. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through so much. Thank you for coming through so much. And so therefore, Bill had mentioned this, and I had let my members know about it as well. I have a group cruise coming up, and Bill is going to be on this as well. I mean, he booked it separately, but we happen to be on the same cruise, so I figured let me invite people. This is a bucket list cruise for me. And I said, I was able to get a group rate. And so I said, let me just be able to get a group rate and give it to everybody. This is the group cruise I am talking about. My members already know about it. December 11th to the 18th, 2026, MSC World Asia. It will be their newest cruise ship that is leaving out of Barcelona, going to. So, if you ever wanted to go to Spain, France, if you've ever wanted to go to Italy, if you've ever wanted to go to some of these places, Sicily, this would be the cruise from you. Leaving from Barcelona, going to Marseille, France, Genoa, Italy, Rome, Italy, Messina, Italy, which is in Sicily, and Malta, which is supposed to be phenomenally beautiful. I've seen some pictures of it. I have deluxe interior, infinite ocean view, and deluxe balconies. There is a limited amount of solo ocean view cabins, literally less than three cabins that I'm able to have. And so, if you are interested in going on something like this, let me know. You could email me. And so just come on. And so just come and just be a part of this cruise. I think it's a great cruise. There's only one sea day. So it's filled with itineraries, filled with an opportunity for you to be able to explore these places. We're going to be there. Some of the excursions I looked at is probably some of them are 8 hours long, really long excursions. I've started looking at the excursions already. Some are sold out already. So therefore, I'm going to start looking to book as I go on and get these excursions out the way. So if you're interested, let me know and book right away. MSC, I feel like, has some reasonable prices. I think if this was some other cruise lines for a new cruise ship, especially with this itinerary, it would be astronomical. And so just call me or email me, and so we can get you booked for the appropriate cabin that you want. And so I had a, I put out there a little survey just before I bring up Will, and it asked the question, what would be your reason to try a Virgin Voyages cruise? I had three questions: adults only, 18 plus, all inclusive, food, Wi Fi, sodas, juices, or smaller boutique ships. There was no one answered for smaller boutique ships, and adults only came out at 51% compared to all inclusive food, Wi Fi, sodas, and juices for 49%. This is becoming more and more popular, where even Carnival, if you don't know, has started to do some adult only cruises. And so there is also the ship, for example, like Oceana has just converted. I had mentioned it a few weeks back. They also now are just only doing cruises where it's 18 plus. so they're not allowing kids on, and they really probably didn't have anything for the children anyway in terms of children's clubs. And so this is becoming more and more popular. I think that we're going to see more of it as we go forward on in cruising. It's going to be the next thing. And I feel like Virgin Voyages came on the scene and said from the start, we are doing only 18 plus, no children, no running around. We're just going to have these individuals. And so let's bring up Bill Armstrong. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to have him introduce himself. And then we are going to go and discuss further about Virgin Voyages. Let's go, Bill.
Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. How's it going, Paul?
Thank you so much for coming through. I
My
know we
pleasure.
had some issues last week. I love the fact that
Apparently
you were
this
able
week,
to come through this week.
the link that I had, maybe I went into the wrong email, but the link that I just had, it went to like last week's. It said ended hour and 19 minutes. So
Yeah,
yeah, I had the wrong.
yeah, it was
Somehow.
probably like last week's. So tell us about yourself, Bill. Tell us about your channel. Tell us about what we can expect from your channel coming forward. Some things that you're going to post, some things that you're working on. Um, Tell us about your show. Your Meeting Now award winning channel. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to go forward from there.
Well, I'm Bill from Warm Strong Adventures. Basically, I started this channel to share with family and stuff like that. But if people started watching, so I just went ahead and the more I got into it, the more I started liking creating videos. I get frustrated easily, but fast forward to today, and now I stick to strictly cruising and travel. Because that's what I do. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
share, my personal life. I mean, if I go to I was about to say a Prince concert. If I go to a concert, I'm usually not sharing that out. Only thing I might share out is a football game or something like that. But even
yeah,
even then, I'm really very limited. If you come to my channel, we're going to be talking cruising, one form or another, most of the time. Apparently, I have a bad habit of wandering off on topics because my live,
hmm
which I'm gonna do over next week, was about Quantum of the Seas, and I didn't even say anything about it. I might have
So
mentioned the name once,
you
but
have to you have to repeat the topic next week then.
yeah, I get I mean, it saves me from having to think of one.
Yeah.
Or maybe I could just go to Google. I mean, not Google, ChatGPT, and have them come up with stop. I'm not gonna start on your show. Um, but I mean, that's what I like to do. I like cruising. I like cruising videos. Um, there's some channels here, and who was I? I might have been. I don't know. I might have messaged uh, Keisha,
Mm,
and it's like, man, after watching Team Reese Travels videos, I don't even want to
yeah.
put anything out.
Oh,
Man, God,
okay.
it was like perfect. You can't do better than that. But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is you may like theirs, but you might like mine better. So
Exactly.
everybody doesn't
Yeah.
like the same thing, but I just let them know that yeah, I love the way that they did the whole Virgin Voyages. I loved it, and I'm mad I didn't go on that cruise. Midnight cruise on Virgin. I only
Yeah.
been on one Virgin. I mean, the way I talk, it
Me
might
too.
sound like I love Virgin and this only cruise line I cruise. I ain't been on one.
Yeah. But first impressions means a lot though. Cause to me, it could break your mind about going on a cruise ever again. It could break your mind about going on a cruise or that cruise line ever again. So I feel like the first time you go on that cruise line, it should impress you enough to say like, okay, never again, or it should be like, okay, yes, yeah, I could see where I'll try it again. Maybe a longer cruise, maybe a different ship, something of that nature. What do you
For
think
me,
about foodie? Go ahead. Sorry.
for me, as far as I give everybody a second chance.
Mm,
I mean, so if I didn't like the cruise, um, okay. I mean, I didn't like this cruise. I didn't like that. I might come back. I might try it. My
yeah.
first experience on MSC was terrible. I had hard bread. Food was terrible. The rude people were
hmm
rude. I mean, my first on Maravilla, I believe, it was bad. They didn't have ketchup. How do you not have
Oh,
ketchup on a cruise ship? So here I am. Here's a burger. I got a burger. Here's mustard. Where's ketchup? We don't have any.
yeah.
What do you mean? You ran out? No, we don't have any. And it's like, Okay, mayonnaise. I mean, and now I'm trying to make it work. Got by that. Then I went to the
Yeah.
buffet and grabbed the hamburger bun. I have a video of it. I literally took that bun and pounded it on the desk, and it sounded like a rock.
Wow.
Long story short, uh, not a very good first impression.
Yeah.
Uh,
But then now your favorite ship is
I'm diamond now, and my favorite ship is World America. They, they,
exactly
they've, come
MSC.
a, they've come a long way. So, but if
Yeah.
I never gave them another chance, it wouldn't be there. I'd be Carnival still,
Yeah.
and I like Carnival. I mean, I may throw a little diss into Carnival every now and then, but I I I, I love MSC. I love Carnival. I
Yeah.
love Royal. I love them all.
Foodie's Vacation says, I think all cruise lines should make at least one ship all adult based upon the survey I did. What do you think about that? At least one ship all adult.
I never really thought about it before.
Yeah, me either.
Before I did Virgin, I never thought about an adult only cruise. I never, when Carnival came out with the adult only cruise line, I didn't even look
Hmm.
at them because it's like,
Yeah.
I avoid kids. So now I yes, yes, I think they're missing out on a market where you
Yes.
don't have adult only. Um, I thought it was, I mean, and again, I went 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, whenever I went on Virgin, that's when my mind changed. Up until then,
Yeah.
I said I never even looked at any of the offer. I had a ton of offers to go on a adult only cruise. Didn't even look at it. What for? Kids, the kids don't bother me. That's what I said all the time. Kids don't bother me. Yeah, the Virgin one was different. I've been on Carnival on like longer cruises,
Hmm.
but my longer cruises, 29 days and stuff like that, it was like no kids,
Yeah.
but I was a baby on the ship. So yeah, it was
Okay.
it was different. It was like, okay, I don't want adult only because adult only means everybody in bed by 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
all the slot machines are taken because everybody down there with the oxygen on the slot machines. I can't get a slot machine. So I mean, I had a bad first impression of adult only cruises because as I
Yeah.
said, I've been on some long cruises, 21 days, 23 days, 29 days, all older people. And I mean,
Got
I'm saying that. So when I say older, anywho. But now that I went on Virgin, I'm like, huh.
your
And there's
mind
no
has
kids.
changed.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Happy Monday, Carol. Just trying to see if there's anybody in the comments that I missed. Did any comments? Team Risa, you're right. Everybody has different tastes. There's an audience out there for everyone. Yes.
Sure.
I'm also turned off by those hard rolls. That means Emma said that I'm also turned off by them hard rolls. Carnival.
I've had like stale rolls before. It was like rock hard, and it wasn't the only one. And it's like there's no way it should be this hard on a cruise ship, and you have it out for people to eat.
Yeah.
No ketchup. You know what they started doing? They started going like, how room service, you get the little bottle in glasses. If you want to ketchup, they started passing those out to people. Well, until
Oh,
they ran out.
wow. Carnival cruise addicts. When we just got back from Carnival and saw only a handful of kids. Sometimes I feel like just a handful could be just too much, depending on what they're doing and depending like how control. Like I've been on cruise ships, like the kids was mild. They weren't running around. They were kind of like they were there, but then I've seen other times when they're in and out of hot tubs and stuff like that, and that's why I welcome an adults only area. If this
Right.
ship is not adults only, have an adults only area where I can just kind of like get away from everything. There, if I want to get into the hot tub, I can get into the hot tub. If I want to lay, and so I love that. That's why I fell in love with the Solarium and Royal. It was just like amazing. It was just
Yes.
serene, quiet. It wasn't no noise. It was just like people were in the hot tub just chilling. Nobody was running around and running back and forth and noisy. It was just like a great time. Not the oxygen. Talking about what you had said earlier.
Woo.
How you doing,
Yeah,
Cheryl?
I
Thank you
mean,
for coming through.
I was afraid to light a match. I mean, my goodness.
TJ, I'm liking these adult only cruises, Virgin and
I,
Carnival
I,
SEA.
I'm getting on it. I'm getting on that team. I'm getting on that team. And because people were talking about it. I think TJ, there are people talking about the adult only cruises. Bill, are you going? No, I'm like, for what? I mean, adult only. What does that mean?
Yeah.
But as you
So
said,
in
like,
your mind is older demographics.
well, it was that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
old and not as much fun. Um, but when you go on a cruise with kids, the main Lido deck,
Yeah.
those are those saunas or hot tubs are just swimming pools for the kids. So now you're pushing all the adults to the adult only section. So because
Yeah.
you're not spread out on the ship, everybody,
That's
all the
right.
adults that want to get in it, they're going to the adult only section, and now it's packed. Solarium. I do love the Solarium.
Yeah.
There's a couple of royal ships. I don't know them well enough to know which one, but they had it where the Solarium was like the walkway to get to an elevator. So you still had all these kids making noise, running by. I didn't like that. I like the ones like at the front of the ship, and it's just
Yeah.
you and all the other adults.
Like
So I like
wonder.
that. But then when I did Virgin and like a younger crowd, up to date music, I mean, it was like, huh, this isn't that bad.
Foodie says the thing about Virgin that is different. Richard Branson is trying to make you feel like a kid again. Free candy, free ice cream, free arcade, free soda, a seesaw on the upper deck. Yes, this kind of
It,
just have like a nostalgia of going back to your youth days.
I don't know about that, but I mean, it did. It did. I was down there at Social Club. It was called Social Club. They had free candy, hot dogs, pretzels, and old video arcade games from
Yeah,
back when I was a teenager, a little above a teenager. Let's
which I
say,
never played, but yeah,
yeah. I mean, they had games and they were all free. So now I'm down
yeah,
there. I'm playing this. My son is looking at me like I'm crazy because Space Invaders. It's like that's the dumbest game I've ever seen. Are you just shooting those ships? Yeah, you just. It's like no, it has to have a story. It has to, Grand Theft Auto. It has to mean something.
yeah.
Anyway, yes. So
So, what was your expectation going onto the ship? Because so now you said an adults only is kind of like you thought maybe more of an older demographic could be boring, or but before I went on the ship, I heard it was a little risque, and a lot of people
right,
still feel like Virgin is a little risque. Like they're like, okay, you're adults only, so anything is liable to happen because there's adults on here. You don't have to be family friendly, right? They're not considered a family friendly cruise line. They're adults 18 plus. So what were you expecting and when you first went on the ship?
well, my let me go back in the very beginning when they first came out. It was like,
Yeah,
whoa, that's a little too wild for me.
yeah,
I don't think I would have a good time. First impression now we're talking about like first impression. I don't think I
yeah.
would ever go on Virgin. After watching a few videos, they seem to tone it down a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, and when I say tone it down, I mean the whole thing was they were open. Be yourself.
Yeah.
If you're gay, that's fine. If you're straight, that's fine. And I'm one of the people that I, I don't care what you do, but I don't need to see it. So whether you're gay, whether you're heterosexual, I don't all that public display of affection. I don't
Hmm.
need to see it, and I'm still like that. I don't want to see that all over out in public. I don't want to see it. I pictured that's the way that it would be,
Mm.
and I'm like, I mean, they still don't bother me. I just have to go in my little corner and do this. I went on that ship, and it was tame. I
Yeah.
thought it was I thought it was pretty tame, and it surprised me. I've actually seen more outrageous like swimsuits, the thongs and the hammocks and whatever they call it,
Yeah.
speedos. I've seen more of that on Carnival than I did on Virgin, and I was
I
taken aback
agree.
by that. I'm like, huh, but this is the adult only one. I mean, this was the older adults. They're just sitting around drinking, putting their feet in the water. They really, it wasn't a but banana hammock. Who said that kind of? But yeah, but um, I was taken aback by how laid back it was. And when I first walk on, you have they can welcome you on, dance a little bit. Everybody's dancing a little bit. But after that, it was easy peasy. I mean, it was laid back. There was nothing going on. And every day on
Yeah.
Virgin. there's nothing going on. I mean, healthy people might like to get up and do morning yoga and let's go walk a mile around the lap or something. But no, I mean, there's really like no shows, not a whole lot of trivia going on. It was just there, just relaxing. And my first impression on that first day was, huh, this is not what I expected.
Yeah. So it wasn't raunchy, it wasn't out there. And what
No.
Virgin thought that was going to happen when they first did this was a younger demographics, like 20s, 30s, because they had some of those things on the ship where it was kind of like Instagrammable. And so you could walk around, it's like, whoa, and so have those kind of effects. But what ended up happening when I was on the ship, it's varied in terms of the demographics. Nobody was walking around with wheelchairs and scooters, nothing of that nature. But definitely, it wasn't just 20s and 30-year-olds. And you saw somebody.
No, so I'm like, no, I'm just going. But just didn't have wheelchairs. I'm like, wow, I'm that close. But I mean, just be careful about what you say about old people. But go ahead.
I'm just saying. So it was just like it was a wider demographic. It's like, oh, okay, like, and so I felt like because of that, maybe it was 18 plus, but that also meant mature, and not so much like 18 plus meaning raunchy and sex was always on
Well,
display,
yeah,
was always out there. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be just every place you went, it was going to be just sex, 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 and bikinis and all this other stuff. And I mean, they did like for the shows at night on around the pool or whatever. They did dance sexually, but it was adult only. I don't mind that so much. I don't like that when I see like on Carnival and they're doing that with families around. You got
yeah,
the thong on and little kids over here. I don't like that. I hate that with a passion. I
yeah.
mean, my slang used to be go on Virgin. You know what? I'm gonna say stay away from Virgin because we don't want you on Virgin. We just have fun.
TJ said, I just got off the panel road. 10 kids in the spa. Scratch my head in
Yeah,
the spa. Amelia, how you doing? Happy Monday. Let me
when
see. Sometimes the kids take over the hot tubs. They do.
they
And
always
to
do on the
me,
Lido deck.
and I would not be comfortable just being in a hot tub and all of a sudden these kids start coming in there. It's not something I that's why I've never been in a hot tub. And
You
sometimes
wind up
when I
getting
even
out.
go, yes, I would get out. I would not want to do it. And they take over the pools, they take over the hot tubs, and so I would just have to go to the adult only area. But then if you don't go to the adult only area at a certain time, what happens? Filled up.
Well, that's because the other hot tubs are filled with kids.
Yeah.
I mean, those hot tubs are supposed to be meant to be hot. So you
Yeah.
go in for 15 minutes, then you get out. Well, on
Yeah.
the cruise lines, they make them like warm bath water. So people just want to sit in there all day, which is bad enough there because it's like, hey, you've been in here drinking all day, and I haven't seen you get out once. Please,
Mm.
please explain that to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anywho, no, I mean, Virgin was a lot tamer than what I thought. Even like when I told you how they toned it down, I still thought it was going to be a lot of, young people walking around, half naked and all that.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't that way around the pool area, but they have swimsuits on at the pool area. I saw more bathing suits in the buffet area and things like that on a carnival ship,
Yeah.
walking
Exactly.
around the ship. It's like,
No
what's going
cover
on
ups.
here?
Exactly. So for those individuals, so you have this week and last week where I interviewed TJ. For those individuals who had preconceived notions about Virgin, you're hearing it now. The way that it used to be is no longer the way it is now. TJ says the sea cruise is wild, Bill. You'll see when you get on there.
If
Um,
it's adult only, I can understand it. I can appreciate it. It won't bother me. You want to wear, your thongs or whatever around all day long, knock yourself out because there's not kids around. I don't really. That's not really my thing.
yeah.
Maybe if it's drinking, maybe it might be, but it's not really my thing. Um,
So if you're drinking, you'd wear a thong. That's what you're saying, Bill?
no, 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 no. I people watch. I don't participate. I people watch. I mean, I don't know. Only one person on YouTube. All the cruises I've been on and met people. I think only one person actually has video of me actually dancing.
Okay, got you.
I think, and I've never seen it. They said they have, but I've never seen it.
Um, Liz says, jealous. We want to go on one of those, but the stars aren't aligned. Kiki says, "Yes, Vicky, I felt like a big kid on board."
Yes,
Um,
I'm up there. I'm making a video about me eating the swordfish, the red Swedish swordfish. I'm like, this. I thought this was the greatest thing. I thought it was the greatest thing, and I'm going back tomorrow to get some more. You know what it reminded me? Kind of reminded me of was MSC World America and the cotton candy. I love
mm.
cotton candy, and they had the free cotton candy. But now I'm knocking kids out the way to get my cotton candy. They're like, hey, you had enough. Let me get two.
That's good.
So yeah,
Hey, Big Murph, thank you for coming through.
Big Murph.
Uh, Liam is here. Thank you so much for coming through.
Hey, Liam.
Investing with Rod. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Let me
Rod.
see. Let me know when you finally. Okay, so TJ's talking to Liz about booking a. The games were nice on Virgin, but they needed to be collaborated because the controls wasn't responsive.
The
Did
one
you
I
feel
was on,
that on
well,
yours?
I didn't play them all, but the ones I played like it was Galaga and maybe a
No Miss
Space
Pac-Man?
Invaders. Did I? I might have played it for a second.
Okay.
I might have played it for a second. I think I said, I made a fact. I think I said I did, but I'm not good at it. I didn't. I don't play it that much. Some people you were amazing at it.
Yeah.
No, Space Invaders and Galaga or yeah, Galaga. But I think they have different games on different ships. So, but the candy, it's, it's
Yeah.
fish. The candy. I'm playing games. I'm listening to good music. I was in heaven.
So let's go to the room that you had. What room did you have? Was it enjoyable? Was it did it make sense? Because they have these quirky beds
Yeah,
and
no,
was it
that's the only thing.
yeah.
The beds made absolutely no sense. The room itself was fine. I had no problems with the room. I'm not. I'm a simple person,
Mm-hmm.
and I could be in an interior cabin with no frills and thrills,
Yeah, me too.
and be just as happy as having a balcony. I tell everybody I get a balcony. I spend 15 minutes out there most of the time. I don't spend much time out there.
Yeah.
If I had a date or whatever, we'd go out there and maybe we order breakfast or something, and eat out there maybe. But I don't. I like to people watch, so I prefer to be down on the Lido deck, be down on one of the lower decks, and actually meet people and talk to other people. Um, so the room was fine. The beds made absolutely no sense. I'm
Yeah. How
sure
they
there's a
converted.
reason behind it, but when we came together, I don't know if you can see this, but the beds
Yeah.
are like that, and where my
Yeah.
fingernails are our pillows. So me and my son are in there. His head is like right next to my head. I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen. I mean, we're not. Nah, no, I'm not gonna smell your breath all night long. So it's like, hey, can we do anything about it? No, you can't do anything about it. It's only trash. You can't do anything about it. You can put it together. Well, I'm not sleeping in the bed with them. So
Yeah.
I wound up putting my feet up here, or I'm
Hmm.
sorry, my head up here, but my feet are right next to his head.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. You can
Yeah.
sleep on the floor if you want to.
Were they comfortable to you?
More comfortable than what they seem like. They seem like a piece of wood that they threw a mattress over.
Mm.
I mean, but I'm simple, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm
Got you.
simple. I mean, so it didn't bother. I didn't have a problem. I don't think he had a problem as far as the how comfortable the beds were, but they weren't plush. They could you got a pillow topping? Maybe I didn't. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But just the way they had the beds made up. I still want to know what were they thinking about for individuals that may not be together. If
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
What the entertainment that was on your cruise ship? What did you think about the entertainment? The sail away party, was did you expect them to turn up? Carnival was supposed to be the fun ship, right? The sail away party, did you go to the Scarlet Night? Did you do
Yeah.
the pajama party?
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, when I went, it was cold.
Oh,
It was
okay.
That's when Florida had the freeze down in Miami and stuff. So I'm on the ship. Cellaway party, it's cold. Scarlet Night, it's cold.
Yeah.
So I think the crowds might have been down. Cellaway party, it was okay.
It's okay.
It was
Okay.
okay. And nothing special. Carnival has nothing to worry about as far as Cellaway parties. That, in my opinion, it was okay. but
Yeah.
it was cold. Now they had the diva come out, and she, tried to get that crowd hype, but you didn't see it much. And I'm trying to think whose video. I don't know if it was Team Reese or not, but they did like a conga line around about. I was on the upper deck, but the conga line, eh, I mean, it was just eh. And that's the way mine was. Probably less than that because it was cold. Scarlet night. People jumping in the pool. People did jump in the pool. It was 59 degrees. I'm not
Mm,
jumping in the pool at 59 degrees because
yeah.
I was going to have my son. I talk big stuff. I was going to have my son film me jumping in the pool, but it was 59 degrees, so I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Makes sense. And the same thing happened. So the entertainment on Virgin, it was the same way when I was on there. It's more or less the dance or the entertainment staff dancing, the DJ is going. So
Yeah.
the concept like Carnival, if you're used to Carnival where you have the cruise director, first of all, there's no cruise directors on no set cruise director, the
Yeah.
one that's over the fun. And so to have that person that say, "Come on, let's do these dances, and y'all do the cha
No,
cha, and
no,
y'all do
no.
all
Yeah, it
these
wasn't
other
like that.
things,"
No,
nothing like that. Yeah,
no, no, no. It was. I mean, they had people just dancing. I think that doing the line dances is old, but I think I want to say they played it, but it's like that wasn't what people were into. They were just
yeah.
having a good time playing some old school music, some newer music, and everybody just having fun, just partying and dancing. Um, yeah, I thought it was fine. Entertainment, the shows were a little more risque, which I enjoyed that. I mean, they had one Lola's Lounge, Lola's Locker, Lola's Library, maybe.
The
I
production
thought it was
show.
a great show. Yeah, but it was more like a burlesque show. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. And it was entertaining. They got the crowd. I was lucky enough to sit on the floor, so they got the crowd involved, and I enjoyed it.
Did
But
you do
one
the
thing I
dinner
did
in the
like,
show?
hmm?
Did you do the dinner in the show as well?
No, I didn't do the dinner show.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, I'm still the one thing I don't like. I'm trying to get better at with Royal and some of these other places of having to make reservations for everything.
Mm,
And like with Virgin, I didn't. The venues were smaller, but they filled up fast. So
mm-hmm.
now it's like standing room only. And I'm not one of those people that just want to stand around and try to watch a show because you're gonna
Yeah.
just hear me up and complain. It wasn't that good enough. So I'm not. I don't do it. Uh, my son was with me, and he would go get in line early, and I would sneak in, limp a little bit, and get, hey, son, thanks for holding this place for old man. And then people, oh yeah, come on in. Anyway, that's not really what I did. People, yeah, well, kind of, sort of. I didn't limp. Um, and they got like seats down on the floor in the manor, and it
Mm-hmm.
it was a really good time. I really enjoyed that show, and it wasn't maybe because it was different. Like Royal,
Yeah.
they have a lot of great entertainment, um, a lot of special effects and things like this. This wasn't so much like that, and it was just an entertaining story with good singers and
Yeah.
adult themes. So you have a joke that you could actually laugh at.
I thought their singers on the production shows were phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought they were good.
There was they every note was on, nothing flat, nothing sharp. They were just phenomenal. I felt like the show that I saw wasn't really I don't remember. I felt like at some of them like, is these new songs originals, because some of the stuff I really didn't hear before. And then like, because there was like a one woman show, and the one woman show that was on my ship, she was more or less like, I don't know, she's like a mermaid or something, and like love being and love with somebody. And then there was a full production show. Then there was the one in the manor that had a dinner and a show, and it was like a Christmas show. And so it's like, okay, I don't know these songs really. And so
Yeah,
so I thought that the singing and the bands and the music, I mean, this is Branson Virgin Records, right? I'm thinking that it should be phenomenal on the ship, like when it comes to singing and dancing.
I
Q
just didn't
says, right, sorry.
no, I didn't like there's a group, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the group, but it's like the atrium area where the I forget what they call it, where the stairs circle up to the next
Yeah,
floor. Well, that's called something. Most people call it like the atrium, but they call it something else. But anyway, the venue was too small for the group.
Mm,
So if you wanted to see the group, you have to get there like, okay, they start at 7. You got to get there at 6:15 to get a good seat where you can see them. Then now they have some seats in the back where you can hear them, but you can't see them. They have some seats like in the hallway where you can say kind of sort of one of the guys. And the things like that is what I didn't like. I would have loved to have seen that band like in a venue, um, like on Ocean Plaza, like in on a carnival ship
yeah,
or
I agree.
Boleros or something like that where I can sit there and enjoy the music because the band was really good. I thought the band was good.
Mine on my ship was really good as well, and the same thing. It was like, a few seats more or less where you could kind of like sit and just be right in front of them and enjoy it. Or else there's a bar that's near there, so then you'd be in the bar, or maybe
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
like next to the bar there's some seats, but as you said, it'd be further away from actually seeing them. You'd be hearing them, but you wouldn't actually be seeing them.
Well,
And but they were phenomenal.
it definitely. I mean, it was just the whole seating area was weird, but I thought about it for a while, and it was more to make you guys be sociable,
Hmm.
where the seats are close together, but not necessarily where you can be like your own party of four. It was just like just a smaller area where you have to be sociable, and
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with that. I mean, I wound up speaking to people, even like me and my son. They had Rock'em Sock'em Robots, which mine was broken. Go watch my video, people. Anyway, mine was
Hmm.
broken, but we're like in the middle of the hallway, like the aisle like passing through the ship, sitting at a table with everybody passing by us, and we're playing these games. They're stopping and anyway, they try to make you, and that was where the social club was.
Somebody said they have a topless deck on Virgin, not on my ship.
I didn't ask. I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, why wouldn't they? Carnival used to have
I don't
topless
know.
topless.
Really?
I believe so. Back in like the '90s, I think they had topless.
Wow. Emma says, I agree with you. Got an adult cruise, expect adult things to happen. There are other areas of the ship to explore and things to do,
Yep.
but they are too fancy for me anyway, just my opinion. Do you think they were too fancy? I
No,
don't think they were luxury to me. I don't
no. I didn't get the feel
luxury.
of luxury. I
Yeah.
mean, if anything, just kind of like the opposite. Because I'm thinking luxury because you have every restaurant pretty much the
The
galley, which
restaurants.
I wasn't very
Yes.
good, but the restaurants you have to make a reservation for.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm thinking reservation like Carnival, MSC, Royal. It's like a higher scale. So here, let me put a collared shirt on, some Dockers
Hmm.
or whatever. At least um, it wasn't like that. It was like come. It was really come as you are, and
Really casual.
yeah, it was casual. You come in, hey,
Yeah.
come on in and enjoy dinner, and which I did.
Those games on Virgin isn't for 20s, 30s. They are for us. They are older video games from our childhood.
They were. They were. My
Yeah.
son, if you listen to my video, I walk in, I see the games, I'm all excited. Ooh, he went, ugh.
Your
Hey,
son did
hey,
that.
yeah, stop. I'm enjoying this.
Richard Branson is 75. He likes to walk around in the PJs. I think a lot of the stuff on Virgin is his style. I
Yeah,
like that he is older than me and still enjoying his ships.
I don't get the PJ stuff. I
I
didn't. Well, as I said before, it was 50 degrees, and going upstairs for the PJ party, it was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Um, the next time I go on it, I probably will just to see what it's about. I don't understand walking around in your pajamas, and I'm not. I don't get thrilled being able to go to breakfast or no, I'm sorry, go to the dining room in my pajamas. I don't understand that. Why is that special?
Yeah. I agree with you, Liz. No kids should be allowed in the hot tub. They should put a
None.
sign 18 and over for hot tubs. I totally agree with you. Acam fam, how are you doing? Josiane is here. How are you doing? Um, let's see. Okay, so you talked about it. So let's segue into that. You started talking about the restaurant. Which restaurants did you try? Which ones did you like? Which ones was trash, according to Timmy? Which ones, just didn't do it for you? So we
I
got
went to
what we got. So we got the casuals first of all.
I
So the
thought the
casual, the
gallery
pizza,
pizza was decent. I thought the
decent,
pizza was decent. I would like, if you're gonna make it from scratch, have a few variety of toppings,
mm,
like pepperoni, ham. But they luckily when I went that day, it was a
a
barbecue chicken
special.
pizza, so I was able to
Okay,
get that. But
yeah.
I tried it. And then I tried to do like a pepperoni slice. I thought it was decent. I thought the pizza was decent. I don't think it was better than MSC. A thinner crust, crispy. It was a decent pizza.
Lick me till I scream.
I just like saying it, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I, so yeah, actually, after I got the pizza, that's where I went.
Yeah,
I'm laughing. I'm
it's,
laughing on
it's
the
right
inside.
there.
I'm laughing on the inside.
Okay. The galley or the buffet, what would be considered like
I was not a fan of it. I have a limited taste. I don't do sushi. Uh, the hamburger, I tried that once, maybe twice, and the burger wasn't hot enough to melt the cheese.
Jeez, okay.
The fries were decent if you got them hot. They had this little thing where you can go get like a lunch in a little
Mm,
plastic container. So they
yeah.
had uh,
There's
Caesar
salads and
a
everything.
Caesar wrap, but they changed it every day in
Yeah.
a charcuterie board of type plate. So I did that. Um, I went to a place called Taco. Hold on. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's taco about it. So
Hmm.
let's taco about it. I go
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I like to get two tacos. We don't have tacos. What? I mean, you're out or you don't have it. No, we're serving like Mediterranean wraps. You're serving Mediterranean, and I'm having a conversation with them. You're having Mediterranean wraps
Mm,
at Let's Talk Taco About It.
yeah.
So I didn't even get one. I wound up because when I start running my mouth, I don't want to eat the food that they're about to prepare because I'm running my mouth. But I'm
Yeah.
like, what? How do you not have tacos? And let's talk about it. So uh, and I don't know the name of it. Where they like what do they call it on Carnival where you make the paninis or whatever,
Uh,
the hot sandwiches. It was okay.
okay.
I mean, so no, I wasn't a I wasn't a big fan of the gallery, and I know everybody always talks about it going up there. I went up there only a few times.
Okay. You didn't have breakfast though,
The
right?
deli, but it was like yeah, like the deli for the carnival.
You
Yeah,
didn't have breakfast there?
no, I started making reservations and going there, and razzle dazzle with their fancy bacon and whew,
Razzle dazzle.
I can't say enough about the food on Virgin.
I love razzle dazzle now. I
Yes,
mean, I had it for brunch. I mean, I heard some people had it for dinner, they didn't care for it, whatever, but I had it for brunch, and everything I had for brunch was delicious.
I'm not gonna say everything, but yeah, whatever I ate, it was good, and they had the drinks there; they were good, and I loved razzle dazzle. The best meal I've had was in the Wake. The
The
Wake was
wake,
my favorite. The steakhouse, their steakhouse. I thought it was one of the
delicious.
better steaks that I've ever had, and it's like
Wow.
included in the price because the steaks that they have on these other ships now, the New York strip and whatever strip loin and it's terrible. I just got off of
Yeah.
a Royal Quantum of the Seas. I was
Yeah.
about to talk about it. Um, Worst steaks I ever had. This is
Wow.
the main dining room.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
bad steaks, and they couldn't get the cook right. I like my steaks medium well. I like my steaks like a true medium,
Mhm.
pink on the middle. Not real pink, but pink. Then you have the medium well with just a touch of pink, and
Yeah.
then the well that's charred and no pink. I did the medium well. I'm sorry, I did the medium. It came out almost raw. I'm like,
Wow.
no. And then I tried. Oh, well, let me try a medium well, and it was just as. I mean, it was just as raw, and I stopped after that. But every steak I had, and I do eat a lot of steaks because I'm a meat and potato type of guy. Um, they it was cooked to perfection.
Mm.
I mean, I had no complaints about any of it. The food
I
came
think
out hot, fresh. I mean, I got a burger from was it Razzle from one of the restaurants. I mean, cheese melted. It looked like a like you went to a restaurant and ordered. It looked like it looked like Johnny Rockets. Johnny
mm.
Rockets. I know you pay for it on Royal.
Yeah.
That burger and the desserts, it was worth paying for. That's how I want my food to come out. I
Yeah.
mean, buffets, uh, um, guys burgers. If you're having a hamburger place on a cruise ship, that's how you should do a burger. That's how you. I think that's how you should do a burger. And a lot of places they miss that. They MSC they don't. They have these patties. They cook them. They set them up here. Get one if you want one.
Yeah. What
But
about pink agave?
pink agave. I tried. I don't remember exactly what I tried. It was, but I had the guacamole. I thought everything was good. I did
Mm.
wind up getting a steak, but they had like a steak covered it with like a cheese or something like that. It was good. It was cooked properly. It was everything I had from a restaurant. The only restaurant that I didn't try was the test kitchen because my palate, it was like this would be a waste. I'm not
You,
eating that. Oh, you got
you
to try
didn't?
it. I'm not trying it.
Did you go to Gumbe?
Oh no, and Gumbe.
You didn't
Me
do
and my
Gumbe.
son, we
Okay.
didn't go there. My son didn't want to do that one because you think I'm antisocial. Huh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Because you have
And
to sit at the table with all these other people, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't
Yeah.
want to go because we made reservations, but we wound up canceling that. But um, the next time I go, I'm gonna make sure I go there so they can play with my food. And well, no, somebody said they don't play with the food there.
But
So
have
that
you
was
done Chef's Table?
no same reason. I don't want to eat
Oh,
squid. I don't want to eat squid. I don't want to eat. I don't know. I don't want anything looking back at
Chef's
me. I
Chef's
don't want.
Table is good.
No, nope, nope. It would be just a waste of money. Test kitchen, there's no excuse because it doesn't cost me anything. So I go in there. Nope, I'm not eating that. Nope, I'm not eating that. Nope, I'm not eating that. Go someplace else. Chef's Kitchen, no, I'm not paying top dollar for something that I know I'm not going to like.
Oh, Chef's Table. Not everything is looking back at you. They have lamb. They have steak. They have a seafood dish. They
I
have
don't eat
different
seafood.
desserts.
I
Oh, you
don't
don't
eat
eat seafood.
I don't eat lamb either. And
Oh,
but my thing with lamb is more psychological because it's all it is meat. I eat, pork and beef.
yeah,
But lamb, you would think would be no problem.
yeah.
When I was a kid, I saw how they treated the animals before they slaughtered the animals. And
Mm,
it's always stuck in my head. And I know. What do you think they do with the cows? What do you think they do with the pigs? I don't know. I didn't see it. I saw
got
this.
you.
I was traumatized. So I don't. I
Yeah,
don't do lamb. I don't do lamb chops. Give me a pork chop. I'll tear it up. Lamb chop, no. And people swear by lamb chops.
yeah,
No, I've never had a lamb
got you.
chop.
So
I had a bite of lamb, but I normally don't do lamb.
that it would make sense. Let's go through some of the chat. I thought there should be an age. I thought there used to be an age requirement for the hot tubs, or did I make that up? I don't think so.
Maybe not
I,
on the cruise ships, but every other place you go to, yeah, there's an age limit on it. 16. Get out. 15-minute time limit.
yeah, TJ, number one Virgin, number two Carnival, number three Mammoth Sea for me. He put number one in Virgin. Wow. What is your top three for cruise
Ooh,
lines?
ooh.
Can you name it? Can
Well,
everybody name their top three in the chat?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. MSC,
MSC,
probably Carnival.
Carnival.
Carnival has just been so good to me. But Royal is coming up fast. It's not far behind. A few more good cruises on Royal. It might pass Carnival up, but Carnival gives me great prices and I get to cruise. Um, Virgin, I've only been on one. I can't put them in number one with just with
Yeah,
one. I mean that could have been an outlier, and when I go back, it's total trash.
that's
So
true.
I can't put them in number one. And I see Sea Lake says Princess, but I haven't been on Princess. I've
You
been
haven't
on
been
an
on
older
Princess.
NCL. I've been on an older no NCL because Royal. I've done some of the newer ships. So yeah, I mean, and Royal is up there. The Royal Oasis class is my favorite class of ship. Thank goodness MSC just stole their copy of the Oasis class and just made their own ship.
Yeah.
So now because MSC has such a great price, they're number one on my book.
Great price.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Phenomenal.
I'm reading down into the chat. And
Oh, you feel
I,
going down? Okay.
yeah, no, I'm just the chat. I know you're probably up at the top, but I'm looking at people saying Virgin number one. But I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them. And even though my cruise was cold, so
Mm.
nighttime, every interior place was packed because nobody's up at the swimming pools and hot tub. I mean, it was nobody was really outside on the back of the ship, and so I mean, it was the interior of the ship was packed. I want to do someplace where it's hot, where it's warm.
No
I
tattoo,
walked
Bill?
I walked into it, but I decided not to. I don't have a
Y-
tattoo.
You know what I went in there and asking for? You know the temporary tattoos?
Oh, the little henny or whatever they call them, the
Yeah,
tattoo.
whatever. I said like I wasn't gonna I asked, did they do temporary tattoos? I said no. I was like, okay, I walked out. I was willing to just like, just do
They
something temporary,
temporary
but I was,
tattoo. What they were like, "Sir, grow up." Temporary tattoo. Well, I've done that down in Key West. I got that little. I had a little
yeah.
tattoo on my shoulder. Nah.
Swedish fish centipede and chocolate ice cream in a waffle cone. I was in
Yes,
heaven. The
that
beds
was
are
it.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
had a chocolate cone too.
Yeah.
That was heaven. I was happy as a kid in the candy shop and a arcade and a ice cream shop. Anyway, yes, I thought I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to go back.
The furniture says, Liam says, don't stay in your room except for the hammock. He said,
It,
no less they purposely do it that way so that you get out the room. Scarlet Knight, someone jumped in the pool in a full three-piece suit.
I would have done that. I literally would have done that. But my 3 piece suit probably came from Timu, but I would have done. I would have done if it was warmer, just to get the content. I would have got
Yeah.
into the pool, but it was so
Liz,
cold. Not many people got in. But then a few people, maybe 10, probably got into it.
Liz says, I think the sail away depends on the crowd. We have seen some wild ones and some tame ones. And well, for Carnival, it depends on the cruise director too. That's the biggest things. Foodie says the food and bads were awesome.
Yes,
Branson will never see me laugh out loud. His ship is too fancy. Oh, she just keeps saying it's too. It's not that
I don't
fancy.
think the chips are fancy. I don't think there's anything really.
I don't know if they're that fancy.
I don't think that anything that I see that says fancy. The thing that got me that made it fancy was no buffet for dinner. You have to book a restaurant. To me,
Yeah,
booking a restaurant that was the fancy part. But meaning I've got to book the steakhouse or book the teppanyaki or whatever. That to me was like getting fancy. But here you did it, but they didn't. It wasn't fancy.
yeah,
It was good.
because but all of them would, well, there's specialty restaurants, but they're free and included in it.
Right.
So for specialty restaurants, you'd have to do the same on any cruise ship. You would always have to book it anyway, right, in
Right.
advance. And so I didn't think, and then the fact that you didn't have to dress up, nobody, there was no elegant night. You could be
Yeah.
casual. I wasn't going to these restaurants in shorts necessarily, but maybe as you said, maybe a nice collared shirt going there. And I didn't
Right.
feel really fancy about it. Instead of the buffet, it was like a food court. That's what the galley's like. The galley is like a food court, not like even like it's not a. They don't call it a buffet where you have different
Yeah.
areas, different mini restaurants, and that serve different kind of food. And then you go in there, and then you just like go to that station and then get something to eat. And so, but then they also had like sodas that you could get, and all these different, as you said, all these little boxes which you could just carry out and take away. I didn't really feel fancy. I didn't really feel like I was obligated to dress up or anything of that nature. I just felt like I could just be, whereas
Right.
other cruise lines, I feel like, with the elegant night and all this different stuff, you just feel
Right.
like, like, okay, can I even sit down here? Like, should I come to the main dining room because y'all have elegant night and I don't have the clothes? And so I
Right.
didn't I didn't get I didn't get that feeling at all. And Team Kiki said, then the band was amazing. I would have loved to enjoy that for longer.
Yes. I like listening to music. I want to just sit back, listen to some music. But if you didn't get there early, there were like no seats to be had. And that's the only thing that bothered me with some of the venues. But as I deal with them more, now I understand. Hey, get there early, find your seat, and enjoy it.
What was your favorite restaurant on Virgin, Bill?
The wake.
The Wake.
The
We didn't
wake
talk
was
about.
literally one of the greatest meals I've ever had. I
Wow.
thought the wake was fantastic. I couldn't say enough about it. From the bread to the steak, I couldn't say enough good things about it.
I
I
enjoyed it
can say,
too.
I mean, when I go back, the very first night, I'm booking the wake. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try to expand my palate a little bit, but I'm gonna go to wake on the first day and probably the last day.
What did you do? We didn't talk about the Italian. Did you do the Italian?
What was the Italian one?
Virgin, extra
I
virgin.
extra virgin. I did it. It was good. It was good.
Okay.
It was better than a buffet, and food came out hot. So yeah, I enjoyed all the restaurants except for the galley, which I still didn't lose any weight going to the to the. Well, that was. I mean, I think I got a picture of that. Me and that sign because that. Oh, let me stop with the thumbs up. I thought that was anyway. Um, the galley just I didn't find it just as
Too
appealing.
appetizing. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for coming through. What? No tacos at the taco stand? Make
Right,
that make sense.
right. And I'm like, well, I can't be the only one that thinks that. But anyway, yes. Good night, kids.
Liam says, I didn't really eat in the galley except for noodle around. I think I remember seeing that. I had breakfast at the wake and razzle dazzle. I like the clam chowder at the wonton soup. The bacon in razzle dazzle is too sweet for me.
Whew, it could be sweeter for me. That was the best bacon I ever had. I mean, next time I go, I'm gonna order like, can I get 3 orders of that and a sweet?
I love a maple sweet bacon too. I do like that. I ain't gonna lie. When you say maple bacon or something like that, and it's like sweet, oh, I love it.
I just bought some bacon now. I'm thinking I'm gonna make some candy bacon.
Q says, been on Virgin all 6 times. The Test Kitchen is the only restaurant I've been
Really?
to every sailing. It's a tradition for me. So they've been to it every time. Test Kitchen.
I'm doing this next time I go. I'm doing test kitchen. I'm doing test kitchen.
I think they have like a vegetarian version and a meat version. So
Yeah,
or
but
something like that.
they I mean they don't. Well, I'm doing the meat. I'm not doing vegetarian.
Yeah.
I look like I eat vegetables. Um, no, I'm gonna do the meat one. We'll see.
I had Chef's Table vegan style. It was just okay. The experience was cool though.
Yeah,
Sea Leg.
it looks like a good experience.
Hey, Sea Leg, thank you for coming through. Been on Virgin twice. The Tech Kitchen is my favorite.
Huh?
Hmm. Interesting, right?
But see, this is
Wasn't
how.
my favorite. It wasn't my favorite.
But this is how people can change your minds. Because like me, it's like I wouldn't step in there, but because now everybody over here is saying that it's my favorite restaurant, I'm gonna go give it a shot.
Yeah, make try it out, right? Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
my favorite. I agree with you. It was The Wake was my favorite, followed by Razzle Dazzle. The
razzle
Wake was
dazzle.
just
Razzle
the
dazzle seemed a little more buffet-ish with the food as far as a lot of it. Well, no, they had that was probably brunch time I went. They all had good food.
oh, we saying okay, Princess, Virgin, and MSC. Wow, Virgin, Royal, and MSC for foodies.
That's crazy. The number of people
Virgin,
that say virgin.
and I've only been on it once. I definitely have to go on it again. Virgin, Carnival, and Princess. We're really loving Virgin.
Right. I'm going to actually have to go back and see it.
Celebrity for Liam, Royal, and MSC. I've only been on Celebrity once, so
Yeah.
I mean, and I enjoyed it. So,
Hmm.
well, great job. I wish I had your tenacity to cut meat. Or she talked up to Liz because she doesn't
Yeah.
eat meat at all. Edge class ships for Liam for Celebrity. Carol says MSC, NCL, and Carnival, then Royal. So MSC agrees that you has been your favorite. Haven't been on Excel yet. Let me see. Any other questions? Hey, Sig, thank you for coming through. Um, Happy Monday. Trying to see if there's any other questions. Breakfast is also in the wake. You had breakfast in the wake? I only
No, I
had.
didn't have breakfast in the wake, but yeah, most of them serve breakfast.
Would you
So
recommend Virgin for solo cruisers?
I would, I would. I mean, where there are a lot of solo cruisers, I didn't really pay attention to that. I can't really say I paid attention, but everybody was friendly. So you don't know, like if you're talking to somebody, you don't know if they're single or with somebody, but just being friendly until it's too late. And just kidding. Um,
Did you go to the solo meetup? I know you was with your
I never went
son.
to solo. No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
I think most of the time when they had the solo meetups, it was more like sometime I was trying to go to dinner.
Yeah.
Um,
And when I was in the ship, they didn't have solo meters. So solo meters has been something that they have implemented over time as well.
yeah.
And I think Sig, she's on here. So Sig, she's done a video or something about the solo meetups on Virgin. So that's be something that you can look into and her experience with that.
Solo meetups are. I mean, every cruise line should have it. The only problem is you don't put them at the time when it's dinner time or show time. You know, do it a little earlier. Do it at 6. Matter of fact, this last one that I had, um, they had one that was later. It was like 9:30, which was perfect. That way you can go to a show if you wanted to, or have dinner and still go to the solo meetup.
I think NCL does it around 5, so that's perfect.
The
So
5
and
is
they don't
perfect.
do it long, maybe like around a half an hour. That gives you enough time to still make it to dinner. Because I think their thing is like if you want to go to dinner with people in this as the solos, you can, and then after that do a show. So you kind of have like that whole
Right.
stream of night to kind of do things together.
Well,
Virgin has
I don't know if
go
they
ahead.
still do it, but like MSC used to do their solo meetup. But this is when I first started going. But they would offer like champagne and nuts and pretzels and all that. And I mean, I'd go
Mm,
out and get a couple of drinks and head on out.
okay, I think when I was on MSC, I don't remember them doing solo meetups then, or
Yeah.
maybe I didn't see it on the or maybe I didn't feel like going. I don't know. I don't remember solo meetups with MSC.
I tell the story all the time. When I first did it, I think on Marivilia, I went to the solo meetup. There were 20, 25, 30 people in there, and I was the only one where English was their native tongue. Everybody they all
Really?
spoke different language. So luckily there was a guy sitting next to me. He was from the Netherlands, but he spoke English. And then there were some ladies or whatever across, and he was able to translate what we were saying.
Nobody talks about MSC solo meetup program. I never heard anybody like,
I thought it was the best because they served you champagne and snacks.
wow.
But I don't know if they still do that.
Virgin has done room service right. Other cruise lines should follow suit.
I didn't. Did I look? I think I looked at room service, but I didn't really look at the entire menu. This is how I got down to the social club because the Swedish fish and those gummy bears that they have,
Yeah,
you can get them for free. You can get 3,000 if you want for free, but it was
I
like a
love the
$10 charge.
snacks.
But there
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
a
yeah.
$10 charge for room service. Well, I go down there. I saw them. I'm like, how much are they? They're free. Load me up. So I never ordered room service. Maybe I'll try that next time. So can at least tell people information. Be informational, people.
Of
Tell
course.
people about the room service. How much? What can you get? Was it worth it?
The beef in test kitchen was divine. The chocolate cake was my favorite in there. Did not like the other stuff there. So two of the
Well,
things.
that would be me. Yes, that's beef. I'll try that. Chocolate
The,
cake. Yes,
I'll
please.
try that.
But all that other squid and liver and believe it or not, I don't want people to like talk about me, but I'm not a big fan of oxtails. I've had them; they're not
Mhm.
bad. I just I no, I don't really do oxtails.
Test kitchen is good to go for the experience, but eat before or after. I don't remember being full when I left. Yes, the portions are very small. I'm not sure if that was the night I had it and then ended up having to go to the buffet anyway because I really left field,
Yeah.
or maybe I had some pizza. But definitely, it wouldn't be something that you're going to be stuffed with.
How many Virgin ships have you been on?
Who, me?
Yes,
Me, one. I've been on one,
one. Okay, people
just like you.
in the chat, how many have you been on? Because are all the ships basically the same? Because when I look at some of these reviews, I can't tell if I'm looking at Scarlet Lady or Resilient Lady. And I noticed somebody being Marilyn. Hey, Marilyn, welcome in. She's asking a question about Brilliant Lady, and I think Brilliant Lady is little cheap plug here. Brilliant Lady is going to Alaska or going to the West Coast, and Scott and I are going to be talking about that on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So Brilliant, Maryland, we're going to be talking about the Brilliant Lady Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. But are all the they all look like cookie cutters, like they all are the same.
Yes, they are. And I think the only difference with the Brilliant Lady is that they have a new restaurant. But I think the more or less the layouts and everything is the same. I don't know if they've changed really much of anything. I'm not sure if the color scheme is a little different. If you've been on more than one type of Virgin, is the color scheme at least a little different in certain places, or is like everything more or less the same? You know.
Yeah, Vicky just kind of answered my question because I think I think with Sig, she went to a restaurant and had like some kind of barbecue or something that looked
Uh-huh.
delicious, but it was like Lotus something. Uh, and
Yes,
Vicky
that's on
just said,
Brilliant.
and I'm like, man, that looked good, but it was like there was no Lotus restaurant, so I said, well, maybe they just changed restaurants out. But she said that was Razzle
Razzle
Dazzle.
Dazzle, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Razzle Dazzle, and they, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to try Scarlet. I just need their casino to value me as a valued casino player and start giving me cruise offers.
So
And
they're really not good with that, right? Giving cruise offers.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I do have a story to tell about that. I'll wait till tomorrow to tell that
basically the
story, but
same.
or Wednesday. But yeah, I don't know the exact amount that you would need to gamble to get. And Vicky probably would be a good one to know on that, or at least a discount. Civil servant, retired, fixed income. I need discounts on my cruises, people.
Do you get senior citizen discounts? Or
I'm
is
sure.
it because it's not on every ship, right?
Be,
It's like
be,
that 55 plus.
be careful. What you
Just
no, yes, yes. I'm a senior. I'm getting bombarded with Medicaid, or Medicare, whatever. I'm getting bombarded with that. And so, because I turned 65 this year, so a lot of places, but because of the deals that I get, they're better than whatever deals the senior rate would be.
okay.
So I get like casino deals and things like that.
But
So
is that
that
on
would be
every
better.
cruise?
They ask for it, but I don't. I get casino deals, so
Okay.
I wouldn't. I've never gotten a senior deal.
Because when I'm booking, I could always like put that in, but I don't know if it's actually like for Carnival, it's like okay, you put that in, but it doesn't really change the rate.
No, I've never really seen it change the rate. I've never before I became a senior.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've never seen that rate reduce my rate anytime. But I gamble a lot, some I shouldn't say a lot, and they offer me casino rates or even like a free inside cabin or whatever. I got
So
a feeling that Virgin does not care about casino players. 5,000 to get
mhm.
Prime, 3,000 for a bounce back offer. Yikes! Yeah, I didn't get. I do have a casino story, but I'm gonna because I'm gonna make an announcement tomorrow or Wednesday with Scott as we talk
Okay.
about Virgin. Um, but yeah, no, they I didn't see a lot of hand pays. I didn't. I wasn't a big fan of the casino.
Okay. Hi, Marilyn. And it's small, right? And it's not open 24 hours.
I was about to say, what are you talking about here? No,
The
no, the
casino,
I
right?
mean, you got to clarify when you make statements like that. You have to clarify what you're talking about because somebody could take a clip of this. Anyway, uh, so I can't now. I can't even say my answer. But yes, it wasn't a very big casino.
Yeah, it's very small. I think when I did the tour of Brilliant Lady, it was like okay, it wasn't much more or less to see. Once you went in there a little bit, and then it was you're done. So it was not big at all. And it wasn't 24 hours. When I was in the ship, it was like I was surprised. We were on the sea, and then I was walking by, and machines was off. I was like, "Where's everybody? Nobody at the tables."
It was yeah, it was. I never had to wait as small as it was. I never really had to wait for like a table and things like that. Um, my son went on a UR comp deal, so he was able to get free drinks, and he could just walk up to the bar and get a drink. He didn't have to wait for a server to serve him. But it didn't come down to me. They didn't give it to me. So whenever I wanted a drink, he had to get one. Then maybe he might maybe slid it my way. Maybe
They have to be 70 in terms of age to get the senior discount. Wow,
70. I'll be there shortly.
wow.
And you smiling about that? Come on, man. You're not supposed to smile when I say stuff like that.
No, but I'm saying the fact that you have to be 70 to get the discount and both parties have to be in it is like very, I don't know. It's just okay. But Virgin will do a casino status match.
Yeah, but that doesn't do me any good. Yes. Well, I don't know what status match is because I can give them offers from other ships. Well, are you telling me that they would match that offer?
So your comp, because you said your son got it through your comp,
He
right?
got it.
So isn't that
He
the
got it
same
through.
thing?
He got it through UR Comp. It had nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
And I mean, he's not really a big gambler, but they gave it to him. So hey, I'm going. You want to go? I'm going.
yeah.
Um, but I got on there and I gambled, and I'm like with Vicky. I didn't see the casino host coming around. I didn't see him, passing out jackpots or anything like that. Thank you, Keisha. You're not far behind. Just saying. But anyway, um, it depends on how much the discount is too. My goodness,
It depends, yeah, right?
because I'm used on
I'm
5 cents
curious
a
now
drink,
to see how much the discount is now.
and
They
that's probably why Virgin will never be number one with me. It depends on what the question is. If you ask me like who has the best ships, I probably would go. Ooh, that would be close between Royal and MSC. I know other ships have nice ships, but I think they have some of the nicest ships. And other lines are catching up with them. These newer celebrity lines or Excel or whatever the name of the cruise. I mean, they're getting up there. I mean, but Royal has been doing that for quite some time, and MSC has quite a few really nice ships that aren't that old. They might not have been doing it a long time, but they have really nice ships that aren't that old. That um, where MSC gets me is because of the price point. With the price
Yeah.
point, I can do if I can do two MSC cruises for the price of one Royal, I'm doing two. That's like with Carnival. If I can
But
do Bill, I'm
exactly.
supposed to say, but I mean that's 70 is the new 50.
So like I said this, right, with this thing. And so I was when I said that if it was another cruise line, I was really referring to Royal. I said if this was Royal, a new brand new ship with this itinerary, you know how expensive this cruise would be? Because just to do Star of the Seas or one of those is like phenomenal. It's like
Right.
crazy price just to do something in the Caribbean, the same places that you've been going to. But just because it's new, all of a sudden you're charging all this money. And MSC is like, what? Are you serious? That's the price that
I
you're
mean, even
charging?
some of their older ships. I mean, they still demand a higher price. Which if people are paying it, I'm not mad at them. I just I like to cruise, and what I like doing now is more of listening to music. I like sitting out, smoking a cigar, having a drink. So I don't have all the amenities. The canopies over my head, they're nice to look at, but I don't really need that. If you could put me on a ship, um, you put me on Margaritaville Paradise, which is like one of the oldest ships out there, and nothing on it. I'd still be happy. Now you can't charge me top dollar for that ship, but I'd be happy.
Yeah, I was
So
looking at, yeah, I agree. I was looking at Royal Utopia. Like, oh, let me see if I could try to get something. And even Utopia was like, I'm by myself, 3 days, 1,500. It's like,
Well, the thing about the cruise you just put up, your group cruise,
yeah,
which I'm going on. I'm not booked in the group, but I'm going on that cruise. Was the price was phenomenal, but there was like a port every day.
yes,
And for younger people that want to see different countries, you can't beat it. Now, if you want to go for the normal cruise life, stand up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, party and stuff like that, wrong cruise for you. This
yeah,
one is you go to bed early, 9, 10, maybe. Some people might stay up a little bit later, but you're in a port the next day. And
yeah,
in Europe, you're doing walking. And for me, it's like I'm gonna have to go through it because I just really started looking at it and decide like I'm gonna take a break from the tours because if I try to walk 7 days as much as you have to walk over in Europe, I will be in a wheelchair by the end of the cruise. Because when I
but
went on MH Family Adventures Greece cruise, that's how it
yeah.
was. We wound up a couple of us wound up taking like one of the ports. Not a lot to see, nothing special. Yeah, I'm gonna just get off the ship, but stay right in the port area.
Unless you do a easy tour where it's more scenic, with less coming out of the vehicle
Yeah,
activity.
but even that, it's like yes, you do scenic ones, but then you have to get out and then you have to walk. Usually it's not like a lot, you go down the Caribbean, it's like you get out here, you go to a little market
Yeah,
there, this. No, you want to go see that side, you got to walk up this cliff here, and um, yeah, I mean, but yeah, you definitely look for cruises like that, and
yeah,
they're not um, they're not compatible for people with mobility issues. A lot of places, so they don't have little smooth ramps and things like that. A lot of places, but if you want to get your feet wet as far as seeing some other countries, I think that would be a fantastic cruise. A decent price. You hit 3 or 4 different countries. You fly into Barcelona. I love Barcelona, and I got to go back. I got to start making my plans now. La Sagrada Familia, the church that they're still building, been building for 150 million years. I didn't go on the inside. I was on the outside, but I didn't go on the inside. So I'm going to plan that now. Keisha, who hasn't dropped the video yet, went inside.
and but you're staying you're gonna stay days before. I'm doing days after,
Yeah,
or you haven't
I'm gonna do.
decided yet.
I'll probably come in 2 days early, one day just to get acclimated to where I'm at, and then the next day go to that church, and then maybe they have a nice little hop on hop off bus where you can see
Yeah.
some sights. But there's a lot. I did the hop on hop off bus, and there's a lot of walking involved with that.
Well, let me know because I'm gonna stay 2 days after, so I definitely want to see some stuff. So Liam saying it's too tempting, but November sailing. He's going on the November sailing on MSC Seashore. So I was trying
Nice.
to get you to come on it, Bill. You must be busy in
No,
November.
November 7th.
November, it's November 11th to
I
the
think you listed it, but it was like
yeah,
a 4 or 5 day cruise.
yeah. It's gonna be November 11th and come back that Sunday.
Normally, I try to stay a little bit longer, but I might because MSC.
Sorry, November 12th to the 15th.
Okay, MSC is pretty good as far as making an offer, so I might. And the seashore, not seascape, right?
Seashore, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard
seashore.
Seashore is nice. People have been on
It
Seashore
is.
and said it was nice.
It's kind of like seascape, seaside seascape. They're like all sister ships, but it's a little different. But
Mhm.
yeah, I look into it. No
Have you
promises.
been to and have you been to any of these ports?
I just did
Like,
Barcelona.
okay,
I cruised out of Barcelona before, and quite honestly, I looked at the ports. I did not see any that I've really been to before. I
yeah.
think there's a Paris one, but I've been to Paris, but not on a cruise ship.
Yeah, I think look the port for Paris is Le Havre or something like that.
Something like that.
But this is Marseille, France, and so
That's something
um
different. I've never been there.
yeah. So you've been to Italy.
I've been to Rome.
So you've been to, so you may not do anything in Rome then.
No, no. I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time there. I flew there, but I didn't spend a lot of time there. So I'll look for things. I probably won't do the Coliseum because everybody wants to do the Coliseum.
Yeah,
I've
that's
done
what I want
that.
to do. Yeah.
I think I sat down on one of the walls and tried to take a picture. They were yelling at me and blowing whistles at me, and I didn't know because they were saying it in Italian. What? Basically, get up.
Yeah.
You live and learn. That was my first time like overseas like that into these ancient sites. They don't like you really touching the ancient stuff. So I wanted
Mm,
to get a good little picture, which I
yeah.
did get, by the way.
Is the MSC Seashore the one with the two buffets?
Oh, I don't recall.
I'm now
The
now I'm gonna have to see who
when
did like a ship tour now.
uh, two buffets. I think most of them do, but a lot of times they don't open them up. They used to. There was like one in the front, and then at the back there was a buffet area. And I used to always tell people, go to the back. Nobody's ever back there. Go to the back. No lines. Our seats are open. Here lately, when I've been on MSC, they haven't opened that area up for nighttime buffet. Maybe like Cellaway they would open it up, but I don't know when they say two buffets. I don't know. World America has the two floors, I think, as far as buffets. And
Okay,
once they get overcrowded, they open it up.
Seashore has one buffet. It's huge.
Wow, wow! My son is in here, and
Is it
he's
really?
yeah. He said change the channel name to Senior Adventures.
Oh,
Wow. You mean like junior and senior? That's what you're saying, right? Because I know you're not saying senior. Because I close this laptop down right now, come down there and teach you a lesson in front of the kids. I'm just saying.
oh my God, it's so funny. So, final thoughts on your thing. I know that you're going again. When is your going to be your next Virgin cruise? Overall, your experience, food, everything on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you think about Virgin? And when is your next Virgin cruise?
That was supposed to be a secret. Our next Virgin Cruise
Well, if
members.
you don't want to say it, you don't have to say
No,
it.
well,
But
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I've been dying to say it anyway.
okay,
But eh, I'm gonna go through the whole story real quick. Unless
okay.
you're in a rush. You in a rush?
No, 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 no.
Oh, well, I went on Virgin and I gambled. What did I gamble? How many points did I earn? I want to say like 1,500 points. So I
Okay.
really wasn't expecting any kind of offer. I get
Mm-hmm.
back, and a couple of days later, they sent me an offer, but it's a repositioning cruise from
Mm-hmm.
San Juan to New York. So March
Oh,
28th, I'm going on a 9-day Virgin cruise on I think Valiant Lady. I don't even know what ship. Valiant Lady.
okay.
So 9 days, free. I mean, I had to pay port charge and taxes. So that's my next one. It's coming up fast, and I'm really excited. I was trying to keep it a secret. I did make a little video, which I messed that one up because I think I told them Virgin Royal, but then I corrected it later on in the video. But my members, if they looked at the video, they know that I'm going on this one. 28th out of San Juan, going to Totola and Amber Cove. No, Dominican. I don't know if it's Tiano or not, but yeah. And then I have two other ports I'm gonna talk about Wednesday.
Are you gonna stay in New York after that, or are you just going straight home?
Probably going straight home. I can't
Oh,
afford to stay in New York after that. Yeah,
April,
you need
maybe not too bad in April.
maybe not too bad in April. Well,
Yeah,
that's my only thing as far as the cruise, which is in April. The temperature. It's like I'm going back to another cruise. In
yeah,
New York, New York in April it could be 60 or it
yeah.
could be upper 30s or low 30s, and
It's true, especially
that's
that
that's
beginning
not
part of
designed.
April.
That's not cruise weather
Yeah,
unless you're in Alaska.
yeah, it's true. But that'd be amazing. So you get to experience it. Probably even that's one thing I can't remember. Can you do a specialty restaurant more than once on Virgin?
I think they said you could
That'd
do
be
it twice.
something
I think you could do it
you could do.
twice.
You could do it twice. Okay,
I think. I think they said twice,
twice
but I'm not.
max.
I'm
Okay.
not 100% sure. I'll find out because if I can do the wake 6 times, I'll do it. No, nope. I'm going to try other restaurants. The wake will be definitely be at least twice.
The
Ra-
gomboy.
for dinner, for breakfast, razzle dazzle, candy bacon will definitely be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try them all in the test kitchen. Yes, my son is going with me, and he wanted me to do the test kitchen last time, but I'm not doing it. And then he wound up not doing it but this time we're going to do it. And I'm getting better. I've already they've already booked. I didn't do it. He did it, but we already booked our restaurants, and I'm getting used to this.
Bye, Cruising Capers. Thank you. Awesome. I'm on the Valiant Lady on March 7th in San Juan.
Well, tell me about it because Q, I'm gonna have to watch. Make sure put the videos out timely manner. Don't be like me. Put them out in a timely manner, or at least come in and tell me about them because that's gonna be the ship that we're taking it out from there and going to New York. Nice.
Take a Royal out of Jersey.
Yeah, in the summertime. That's why Carnival and MSC, they're all leaving New York. Leaving New York in wintertime is crazy. Not crazy. It's 2 days to get someplace warm. So when I did MSC out of New York, we would cruise for 2 days to wind up in
Mm.
Miami, which is not bad, but I don't want one of my cruise ports to be Miami. And then
I've
it goes to
never
a couple other ports.
I've never sailed to the Caribbean out of New York. Bermuda, New England, but if I'm doing Caribbean, I'm flying down to Florida.
Yes, it makes sense. And that's why, you see the cruise ships leaving New York. Well, that's why. It's not like Alaska. Oh, let's go see some mountains and snow. And no, I don't want to see. I'm going down to the Caribbean. I don't want to see snow. And the first time that was another reason why my first cruise on MSC was first time seeing on the Statue of Liberty, and it was 25 degrees, and it's like I'm not doing this anymore.
But you know what was disappointing, Bill? Venetia Carnival was supposed to be year round. They promised us a ship year round for us to have. And then they said, oh, we're not going to be year round anymore. They had the dome, they had it set up, like it was configured so they can do it. And then they took it away. MSC Meraviglia was a year round ship. It was
Yeah,
always out of New York. I mean, the itineraries wasn't always the best to me. To me, they needed to change that up, right? Because their itinerary more or less was Bermuda, maybe New England, but they would come down, do Port Canaveral, do maybe
yes.
Nassau, and then go back up. It was something like if you just want to say that you was coming out of New York and sail, I felt like the itinerary should have been better than what it was because Carnival's
It,
itinerary
could, it couldn't
was
be.
better. Yeah,
It couldn't be because it takes 2 days to get down to the Caribbean. To get to Miami, it took 2 days.
yeah,
So 2 days down there and 2 days back. Well, that leaves you 3 days. Where are you going in 3 days?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the whole problem with cruising out of New York. That's a problem with even cruising out of even cruising out of Galveston. It's basically 2 days to get somewhere. And if they're going through a cold spell in Galveston, you're cold for 2 days, and then you go cruise for 3 days, and then come back, and the last 2 days are cold.
And Disney is left here and never came back. So I know somebody who's a client waiting if Disney ever comes back to do something out of here from
But
Disney.
it gives you well, it gave me good prices on those ships because nobody wanted to do them, so they always had empty cabins. So you could always wait till the last minute to get a Meraviglia. You could always get good prices if you want to go in November or December at the
Yeah,
time. Nobody wanted to, even I. It was like, here's a free cabin. I don't want to do it. I just don't
but
want to do it.
November and December can be really good to get a deal anyway, before or after the holiday.
Well, it
So
is.
before November Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving week is going to be expensive. A lot of people they're going to probably sell out that ship. After Thanksgiving week, all of a sudden the price drops. You know, before Christmas week and New Year's
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well, what cruise line is still there in New
In New
York?
York, we still got Carnival, so Carnival does do it, but
Aren't they,
seasonal.
aren't they leaving out though? I mean, they're doing it now, but they're leaving out.
But they're seasonal, yeah. So they're not there
Oh,
all year
so
round.
no, no, no. I'm not year round
Yeah,
in New York. Who's year round? Is Royal still year round?
Royal in Jersey, I believe they're still year round, depending, but they changed up the ships.
I
So
think
Celebrity in Jersey.
I think
Um,
they will see that with Carnival and MSC leaving or not being year round. I think that'll pick up their business. So some people don't want to fly down for whatever reason. So I think their business will pick up. And if you want to just cruise out of New York, if you don't mind a couple of days of cold weather, because you can be
yeah,
inside. Everybody doesn't want to be in the sun. I like being in the sun. I like being outside. but everybody doesn't like that. So that I mean, I think they'll pick up business because you'll have the people that were on Carnival and MSC that want to cruise and doing the Christmas cruise or whatever,
Yeah.
and pick up a cruise then. And if you're the only game in town, you're coming my way, baby.
He said, no, when you get off New York, take a cruise out of Newark on Royal.
Oh, not in April. No thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing personal. I think I just explained why. No, I don't want to cruise out of there in April.
I also Norwegian. I'm not sure if they're completely year round, but they're here up here for a lot of part of the year.
Yeah,
So we don't, but MSC's, I think they're leaving in March or something like that. In May, they're doing some stuff in Europe, Mariviglia, and
yeah,
then they're gonna go down to Florida and in November. So I'm going out of New York City next cruise.
nice.
That's
I like
June. That's
I like New York City as far as being up there and spending a night there and
mm,
seeing the Statue of Liberty and just what is that, the Brooklyn Bridge? What is the bridge that we go under? Was it Brooklyn Bridge that we go under on a
yeah. I
cruise?
think it's Verrazano, isn't it? Isn't that
I
the
don't know.
Verrazano?
The bridge?
Yeah.
Whatever bridge it is, it's like nice. Matter of fact, they've used the countdown because when they got to that bridge, that's when your vacation officially started. And I thought I thought it was a cool thing.
Oh, Emma,
But
I
then
didn't know Emma lives in New York. Okay,
too much snow, right? It
too
gets
much.
cold.
What
So
is
yeah,
your
no,
favorite port to leave out of?
warm weather ports. I don't really don't have a favorite one. I like Miami, even though it's getting too expensive. But like Miami, because you get there the day before, you have a few things you can do. It's warm. I like the warm weather.
Mhm.
Port Canaveral, Tampa, but Tampa can't get the new ships in there because of the bridge is too low and they can't get the newer ships in there. If they ever get around that, Tampa would be a great place to go.
What's the?
Um,
I think weren't they trying to build another bridge or something like that?
they
I
were
heard
talking about that,
talks about it.
or putting a port someplace else.
Okay,
Well, they
yes,
may eventually do that, and I think
they're getting pushed back.
that would be a big boom for them. It pretty much any place warm. Summertime I went out of Jacksonville, Florida. That was fine. So I've never
What is
been out of
your?
I've never been
Go
out of
ahead. Sir.
Baltimore or New Jersey or anything like that though.
Yeah, I've never sailed out of Baltimore, never sailed out of Jersey, never sailed out of Boston, but I would consider sailing out of Boston. Um,
Only if I'm going up north.
yes, exactly. If I'm going up north or maybe a Greenland something, one of those cruises, which I know is very very, very expensive. 50
Yeah,
minutes away from me. Cape Canaveral, because it's 50 minutes away from me. I'm about 30 to 40 minutes from the New York City port. Okay.
not bad at
So
all.
yeah, that's not bad. What is your bucket list items that you haven't gone? You've been so many places, Asia,
Well,
Japan, and what is still on the list for
we're we're
Bill?
we're,
What can
we're,
we
we're,
expect in the next few years?
we're counting them down. I'm going on a cruise with on Virgin actually with sea it with sea, and it goes to Africa.
Oh,
Um,
Emily. I'm sorry, Emily. Okay, calling her Emma.
oh, um, so that one it hits Africa, but it's like the northern part of Africa. But I'm okay with that because I can just say I hit the continent, and I
Uh-huh.
want to do a Antarctica cruise, and
Ooh.
I want to I want to go back to Japan, and I want to go back to like the French Polynesian islands, Fiji and Tahiti. So the Carnival Jubilee, one of my favorite ships.
Okay. So Africa, okay. So which part of
Africa,
Africa are you going? Morocco or?
I think Morocco. I have to look at
Yeah.
it again. Oh, it
Okay.
hit Africa now. No, it goes to Cairo too because I wanted to see the pyramids. That was the main thing
Egypt.
about that one because I always wanted to see the pyramids, and this way I get to see the pyramids. Not like I quite wanted to see them, but after doing more research on it, I'm claustrophobic, and I wouldn't go inside a pyramid if you paid me now.
Okay. So you just be on the outside of it.
Yeah, I'll be there. Hopefully I'm with somebody. Hey, I need some footage. Give me some footage, and I'll use it. I'll say I did it.
I
So
would
that's
love
my plan.
Antarctica. Of course, it's expensive.
Hmm?
I would love Antarctica. Of course, it's expensive. What cruise line would you do it with?
I don't know.
Celebrity?
The Princess had one that went on the kind of like the outskirts. You don't get off. If I'm not mistaken, you don't actually land on Antarctica, but you go by close to the coastline. I'm going to say I was there.
Okay.
So I'm not doing one of those explorer cruises. Not they call them explorer cruises, but where they actually get off on there and play with the
Yeah,
penguins
walk
and
on
all that.
there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not paying $30,000 for that.
Okay, so you just want to be near there and see the
I
sights,
want to say
not
I saw
necessarily.
Antarctica because if I say I
Okay.
saw it, I'm gonna say I was there.
That's interesting. I thought that anytime the cruises said Antarctica, they actually got off. Now I didn't realize that some,
No,
not all, went actually just kind of went by it.
if I'm not mistaken, I mean, if you see one that's halfway affordable, they're not getting off. They're not getting off on one of those little boats and going to the island actually,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you got to put on special boots and protection. Yeah, those are the ones that
that's too
I
much for you.
couldn't afford. Yeah,
Just
it was
just
bad
like the
enough.
like
Go ahead.
just like the Galapagos for me.
Yeah,
I would love to go to the Galapagos, but if I did a cruise, it would be the same thing. It's just so expensive, like 30 something thousand or some
yeah.
astronomical amount of money.
If I hit lotto or whatever big game or something like that, I might do it.
But I
But
feel like if I'm spending that much on a cruise, I want to do like a world cruise.
yes, I thought about that at times. MSC actually has some really good prices on like a couple of back-to-back 14-day cruises, but they go to different itineraries.
Hmm.
I want to go to the Philippines. That's not as big as a bucket list, but yes, Philippines, over that way. I would, yes, Bangkok and all that. Yes, yes, yeah. Antarctica. Somebody you just had that up there. Yes, that's one of the cruises I'm thinking about doing. It goes. I don't know if it stops there, but it goes down that horn,
Hmm.
and that's kind of the one that I think I'm looking at one like that.
Okay. You have a year in mind?
It's got to be soon, brother. It's with
Hmm.
the next couple of years, we'll say
Oh, okay. You gonna do a group cruise?
no. I always thought about doing a group. If I ever do a group cruise, and Scott and I have talked about it, we would do one for Cruise Talk Live, and do a group cruise. Find some place where we could do that.
So no Hawaii for you,
Passing if I get a cruise passing Hawaii, going to French Polynesian Islands, maybe. Hawaii,
Australia.
I enjoyed. I've been to Hawaii a couple of times on cruises, and I've enjoyed it. But I just French Polynesian Islands. I want to do that one in Japan.
Australia.
I've been there like 3 times,
Oh, okay.
and
So you're good.
Sydney and Brisbane. I haven't been all over Australia, big place, but I've seen enough of that, and I don't want to go into the countryside because it seems like everything in Australia is trying to kill you. So
So
no,
so I see. So I was just looking at I forgot the name. Was it David and Ben, Ben and David, whatever.
yes,
They were on they were on Carnival. So Carnival used to have P&O. And so P&O is no more. So they rebranded it on the Carnival. But there there's some things that are just not like Carnival. Like the pizza you have to pay for on the Lido deck. They don't have Guy's Burger, so their version of the burger place is like Luke's Burgers. You have to pay for that.
wow.
So like you have to, so they nickel and dime you over there, and so I was kind of, but I know that some of those cruises kind of like affordable. But so I was looking at some days places, and like some said Brisbane, and some only went to Sydney. So there was no cruise that kind of did Brisbane and Sydney. So if you had to choose a cruise, which one would you prefer, Sydney over Brisbane?
Probably Sydney. Sydney because you can just do more in Sydney. There's more to see in Sydney, I think. And the harbor
So,
that that you dock at is really nice. But both of them, Brisbane, the port area is kind of away from the city,
uh-huh.
so but I think there's more to do in Sydney. But then also from there, you can also go over to like Singapore. They have cruises over to Singapore,
Mm.
which would be nice. And a lot of those maybe might be one way, But do Singapore cruise would be nice. Asian cruise, I wouldn't mind one that does that. Hits Vietnam, hits Philippines and all that. I wouldn't mind doing that one at all either.
But if you did Vietnam, would you do river cruising? Because I know people love the river cruising, like when it comes to like Vietnam and those areas. I've seen some smaller
Yeah,
boats.
I'm less adventurous. If it's told me 2 or 3 years ago, I would say definitely like a river cruise. But now as I get older, I need comfort. I need a bigger ship. I don't
Yeah.
want to be
Okay.
fighting those little rivers, which maybe it might work out. I would have to look into it more. The ships themselves didn't look that bad. I don't need a lot of comfort. Just get me there safely. Um, I would have to think about it. I would have to think about it. I think the price would be right.
Much cooler. They went the next day after I left. How rude. Oh, the Philippines. I never been at that side. It's such a long flight for me. I've never been to Asia, Hawaii. Never been over there. I do want to go to Hawaii one day. That is on my list of places
Why
to
not
see.
that far?
Whether I leave from California and do it, or
Yeah,
take the ship or Norwegian from Honolulu. I'm still up in the air about it, but
6, 7.
it's it's still something like I would go. I mean, the flight alone, I need a comfortable flight. I can't sit up in an uncomfortable chair for 12 hours. So so all of that's going to cost. So I just have to factor in all of that into it, and probably
Yeah.
push it out so that I could have more time to just kind of pay it off. That's how I would
Well,
have to do it.
I was lucky with Carnival. They gave me like cruises from Sydney and Brisbane that went through Japan, that went through Hawaii and
Yeah,
Fiji, and that's where I saw it. Now, would I want to take a flight over there? Japan, maybe to spend time in Japan. A lot of
yeah,
history, very nice people. I didn't think it was very too expensive. Polynesian Island, I think it's beautiful over there. I think it's probably some of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen on Earth, as far as like the
yeah.
the vegetation and all that. I mean, it was just beautiful. It's to me, it was like Hawaii on steroids. So people always talk about Hawaii. But you ain't seen nothing yet. You go over here, um, Numia, Morea, and all those places.
Yeah,
I absolutely loved it. I would like to go spend some time there, but it's all laid back. It's not like Hawaii. It's not. I mean, when you got off the cruise ship, you were in the town, and the beers were $2 and whatever, and you were with the locals, and everybody was just as friendly. I really enjoyed it.
different experience altogether. What about Canary Islands? They call that the Hawaii of Europe over there. I don't know if you've ever heard about that. The
No, no,
Canary.
I actually think I stopped there.
Oh,
No, this
okay.
is my dementia setting in. But when I came back, when I did the Trans-Pacific cruise with Fats and Tree and Keisha
Okay.
was on that cruise and Stress Free Travel, um, we all came back. I think we stopped in Canary Islands. I forget what I could be mistaken, but I think one of the stops was I forget what they called it. They didn't call it Canary Islands. They called it something else, but I think that was Canary Islands. But another one of those European places, lots to see, lots to do. Get ready to walk.
Yeah.
But no, I that no that go to French Polynesian islands. You'll never look at Hawaii or any of the other places the same way.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And you did it on a cruise. What cruise line though? That was Carnival.
Carnival, Carnival
Oh,
been good to me. There's like here's $100 23-day cruise, $100 121-day cruise, $100 29-day cruise.
if I
There's
did
like
a cruise that long, I'd just blow up all of my vacation time.
yeah, well, that's where you got to retire. You have to
Yeah,
be a
yeah, yeah,
senior. Whoever
yeah,
called me a senior,
yeah.
the junior called me a senior.
But
Here's my
I
money.
would definitely want the once retirement comes, then definitely I would want to do. TJ said Antarctica's too cold for me.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it's Antarctica. You're going to regardless. I guess at the time of the year, it's just going to be cold. I feel like if you really want to see something, you just gotta wear the appropriate tire, you know. But as Bill said, he's not going on the actual. Antarctica. He's more or less
Right.
scenic cruising.
Well,
So
that's like Alaska with me. Everybody wants to go to Alaska when it's, when it gets to 65, 70 degrees in Alaska. Well, to me, that defeats the purpose. Alaska is supposed to be these snow-covered mountains with the bald eagles
yeah,
flying all
yeah.
over. So when I go like beginning of the season, April, May. I go beginning of the season when it's still cold, it's snow everywhere, and that's when I like to go because that's what I want to see. Now, do I want to go back? Nah, not really. I've been 3 times, and I really have no desire to go back. But Antarctica, which would be cold, I would do it. But I understand it's going to be cold going into it. Dress appropriately. We're not getting off spending the night on an island or anything like that. So I mean, I think it'll be fine.
I think I agree with you. When I did Alaska, and people don't realize if you do Alaska later on in the year when it gets optimal weather, like like warmer, you're gonna pay more money also. I went in May and I was surprised how beautiful, not only was beautiful, but also the weather. But by the time I got to Juneau, it was like, oh wow, it's warm here. By the time I got to Skagway, I was walking around in a hoodie. And I think
Right.
people feel like it's like colder than it really is. Just layer. I think what I had there, and the same thing when I did the Norwegian fjords, which was a bucket list for me.
Oh,
I
that was
just prepared. I just prepared and had an all-weather purpose coat, had a hat, had long johns if I felt like I needed it, and all had a scarf. And then I think I had some boots as well. Just prepare. That's it. If you don't need some of the stuff, then you can take it off.
yeah.
Add some hoodies, and so that's all you need to do. And
Well,
so
no,
by going in May, I think I saved, and it was
yeah.
beautiful. I loved it.
Norway. I mean, to me, when I said like um, the French Polynesian islands look like make it looks like Hawaii on steroids. Well, I
Yeah,
think those Norwegian fjords and all that, it makes like Alaska like it's they're on steroids. Not Alaska,
yeah,
but Norway. I
yeah.
really I like that series that you had. It's like
Thank you.
I want to do that. That was one of them that I wanted to do. That'd be like a one time deal because I'm not going back again. And once I get it over there and
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
cold, yeah, walk
It was
through the
beautiful.
valley.
It was just tremendously beautiful, and it was just like
Yeah,
I'm so glad that I did it. And so, well, Alaska, I would want to go back and do the tours, the land tours.
yes,
So I would want to go back and go into Fairbanks and Anchorage and go to the
yeah,
mountains and do the cabins, and so that gives you a different experience. So I did Alaska with a princess. I probably would do the same thing. They're supposed to have some great cabins
yeah.
and all these things of that nature that they have. They own the properties, and so I think I would want to do that when it's coming, but I'm not sure.
Well,
2028 is open for anything. So
for Alaska, I the most expensive excursion I ever did was in Alaska. $600 a person. You took a
wow,
helicopter up to a glacier, and you got off and were able to walk around, and then you
yeah,
got to go down and drink glacier water. So I was able to do that. I don't think I'd do it again, but it was $600, but it was beautiful. And I'm afraid of heights, and they had the little like four-seater
yeah,
helicopters.
yeah,
Yeah, that was scary. That was a tough one. But um, every now and then I'll play that intro. I have that intro where you see my helicopter. If you look closely, you'll see something a dot in front that we're kind of like playing tag. So we're
yeah,
chasing each other to get to the glacier. That was the uh, one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. Was
yeah,
that and Morea and yeah, Mount Fiji or not Mount Fuji. Um, that was a disappointment. I was disappointed I didn't get closer, but it was beautiful. I mean, just I like seeing sights.
yes, I agree. I That's why for our cruise in December, I was looking at Rome. So I've never been there. I want to be able to get a comprehensive experience.
Lots to
There's
see.
there's one that's like 200 and something dollars. I was
Yeah,
like, but what is offering and showing me, and I think it's like 7 hours. I'm like, I'm here. Like, let me see it. I want to see, I want to
right.
walk the Coliseum. That's what I say. You get to get out, walk the Coliseum. Walk, hear the history. Yeah, let me see it. Like
Well, when you
I've seen these things.
like go to the Coliseum, get like with a tour because they can bypass the lines. Okay? In the summertime, they can be extremely long lines
Yeah.
to get in, and I mean, when I say it's hot, it's hot.
So I'm
So
thinking in December should be like shorter lines and
I would think so.
yes. That's the
I
one
would
thing they
think so.
said, like maybe a little cooler. I'm not sure how much cooler, but we'll see. I'll prepare as anything
Yeah,
else. I'll prepare for it just in case. Get some
be
compression
prepared. Yep.
socks. Yeah, get some compression socks and some sleeping pills for those 12-hour flights. It will help. I guess you're talking to me.
Well, I do believe like compression socks. I do like the compression socks.
Yeah, it helps with sleeping or just because of the circulation,
Circulation
circulation in your
probably, and
legs.
get up and walk around. Uh, I like sitting on an aisle because that way I can get up when I want to without bothering anybody, and just get up, and even just standing and flex your legs. Um, but
Hmm.
you can't see the sights as you pull in, so that's the downside of that.
That was first. Oh, that was first class. Okay, that's what. I can't take cold either. These bones get too aching.
I
All
know
right.
that feeling. I'm getting there. You get stiff and can't get loose again. I'm getting there.
I'm thinking Alaska cruise in 2027. Do it. I mean, you got all those. You're right over there, TJ. You have all those cruise ships right there.
And
Um,
do it before they start to limit the number of ships and passengers, because once they really put that into place, once if it ever happens, it's going to get very expensive to go to Alaska.
the parental plane company was very crowded. They have been bad customer service for their phone line. Okay. And so, any other questions for Bill? This has been a great conversation. Thank you so much for coming through. Um,
My
couldn't make it out
pleasure.
last week, but you came on this week, and I appreciate it. And so he has another live coming up with Scott, his weekly live with Scott, and so that is going to be on Thursdays,
Oh, that's Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Wednesdays
7 p.m.
at 7 p.m.
Eastern. And we're going to be talking. Our topic is going to be about the brilliant lady leaving from the West Coast. So that's
Yes,
yeah. So we're going to be talking Virgin again tomorrow.
Br-
Oh, I'm sorry, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah. It's a brilliant lady. Yeah, it was a beautiful ship. I went on there. I mean, I was able to travel agent to be able to do a 1 day kind of thing
Yeah,
and just go on it and just look at all the rooms and then the just explore the ship and eat some of the food. So it was
yeah,
a nice experience. I definitely would want to do that. I'm gonna take advantage of it, especially yeah, I just need the space, you know. I've been
right.
to the one of the things that people think, oh, like I've gone been to I think just like TJ does. He goes to like Mexican Riviera a lot. Uh
Well, I'm on the West Coast too. I would do the same.
yeah, but I've done like so I'll do Bermuda a lot because sometimes it's like a little short trip, and if I just want to get
Right,
away, especially if I want to experience a new ship, like next year I'm doing Luna, and it's like 4 days, and I get to
right,
experience their newest ship,
right.
right here. I don't have to fly, you know, I don't have to do any of that stuff, and so I kind of like it when, and I think that's the one thing I like about Norwegian. Norwegian, even if they do stuff in Miami, they reposition it. Eventually, they're going to reposition it up here, even if it's
Right.
for a short season to do something to Bermuda. Aqua has been up here, like these ships has been up here, and so Luna is going to be up here. I wouldn't be surprised or Aurora or the next one is going to come up here also. So if I'm not doing the inaugural, then I could always be able to do that. So my favorite cruise port, I guess, just because it has so many different options, obviously would be like Miami. If it was
Yeah.
cheaper to get to San Juan, Puerto Rico, because then when I sail out of it, I get to see so much more ports.
Right. Well,
If it was,
that's when you ask about ports, I'm thinking like local ports. But if I San Juan, just because you go to the Southern Caribbean, now we're
yeah,
talking. I mean, if I had like if I could do one cruise a year, it would probably be out of like San Juan. Fly a little bit longer, but you go further south. Yeah.
oh yeah, because those islands are right there. There's no like the first time I sailed out of San Juan was on Norwegian. Literally, there was no sea day. Every day was boom, 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 one port after the other.
Well, that's the one with your group cruise. I'm telling you, if you want a taste of like Europe,
Yeah.
that would give you a taste. and you can do as much or as little as you want to do, which is the great thing as far as going on a cruise. You know,
Yes, I
you're
I,
gonna
I
you're gonna
think
feel
that's
the
what I
pressure
want
to
to talk
do
about next
everything.
week.
You don't have
Yeah.
to. Yeah. So
So
and
I feel like because it gives you so much like because I've never been to Spain, so it's like
oh,
okay, I'm gonna Spain. I'm gonna fly in, but then I'm gonna spend 2 days in Barcelona. So never been to France. I've touched France. Like as you said, like you said you been there with Antarctica. Like yeah, I haven't been to. I'm not gonna be in Paris, but I'm in Marseille, which is supposed to be beautiful, right? Okay, I've been France. Never been to Italy, and I'm doing not only two in the mainland, but one in Sicily. And different type of culture. The food is different in different parts of Italy. And then Malta, which is supposed to be just gorgeous based
yeah.
upon the pictures I saw.
But the sad thing about this whole itinerary that you're talking about,
Yeah,
I didn't even look for the itinerary. It's the brand new ship, World Asia.
yeah,
That's why I booked it. I didn't know where it was going. I'm like, because I loved World America so much. I'm like, I'm in. I'm going. And I didn't even know where the ports were. And then we found out the ports. Like, oh, that's nice. I can't wait to see the ship and what if they came up with any innovations for it, or is it just a cut and paste of
yeah.
World America, which that's my favorite ship. So that's not a bad thing. But I'm curious. But now you throw in all these other ports. I won't be able to see the ship. That means I probably won't go back over there once it comes. Well, I don't know where it's going to go. It's World Asia. I'm assuming it's going to wind up over in Singapore someplace, but who
But
knows?
but the thing about it is because of people like you and Scott and others who's talked about World America. When I saw this that it was coming out and I saw the itinerary, I was like, "Come on!" Places I've always wanted to go to,
Right.
and
No.
it's a new shit, and everybody seemed to love it so much in terms of the food and just how big it is and grand it is and stuff like that. I was like, okay, it was like a no brainer for me just to do it.
Right.
And because it's like I don't mind the Caribbean, but sometimes like that's the saying, like to be able to have something this grand and not like I couldn't do Royal with Star of the Seas. Like a lot of people they do it, they get like they may get a casino deal. I don't get a casino deal, right? So I couldn't do Star of the Seas and all of these big ships, which I would love to do, but to stay in a room by myself and spend $4,000 is
Easy.
crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's why when you ask me about my cruise lines, Carnival is right up there because they take care of me. MSC
Yeah.
is up there. They take care of me. Royal treats me well. We'll see about Virgin. I mean, as much as I may like the atmosphere of a Virgin cruise, if you give me an opportunity to go on two MSC cruises or two or three Carnival cruises for the same price I'm paying for one Virgin,
Mhm,
I'm taking the
mhm.
three cruises.
Exactly. She's talking about I agree. I agree. And so therefore like when I saw the price, I think when I had gotten it, it was kind of like there was just like cuz I booked so far in advance even before I got the group rate cuz the group rate took a while to get because I guess it was a new ship. It was so
Okay.
hard, but I finally oh wow, we over 2 hours. But it was so hard to get the group rate. Hey Shay, thank you so much for coming through. And it was so hard to get the group in. I finally got it. And my if y'all remembered, a few months back, I had my business development manager come on, and he's the one that kind of intervened because I said they kind of rejected it at once. They didn't do it, I guess, because they
Okay.
felt like it was new and maybe they didn't have enough space. And finally, I was like, okay, let me be able to get this to people who really probably may want to have this experience. And it's the plus is a new ship, and I think it's way more reasonable than some of the new ships coming out that's just in the Caribbean and people get to experience something different. And I've always been about talking about start traveling, experience something different. Yes, the Caribbean is great, but just go beyond the Caribbean and just experience stuff, you know.
Well, I know things like that are scary for some people. Just to flying over to Barcelona because it's totally different when you
Yeah.
when you land in Barcelona, you are in another country, and English is not like necessarily the first language. normally there's somebody there that speaks English, but you're seeing the signs in Spanish, and hopefully they have something in English, or
Yeah.
you've studied a little bit and know the exits and the bathrooms, and but you get to see so much more of the world. And on a
Yes, I
cruise,
agree.
and now you're going with people that you don't really know me, but you kind of know me. It's like, Bill, what are you doing? Or Paul, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. You come along, or not going. Do it yourself. But always feel free. If you ever see me out there, and Bill, where are you going? I'll tell you where I'm going. I don't gatekeep. I got a special
Yeah.
deal. I'm going over here. No, you're welcome to come. I'm
Yeah.
not doing a lot of mountain climbing and things like that. But if it's a site that I can go there and look at other things while you go climb the mountain, I go. So always speak up. I don't bite. I
My
know I come off as an angry man, but I'm not. I'm not really.
I just have to see what I would want to do in each of these places. I would have to look at the things to see, and because some crew tours could be very history focused, some could
Yeah,
be more scenic, and so it really depends how much I don't know
there's gonna
much
be a lot
about
of history.
Malta. I don't know much about like certain places. So like, what is there that I should see?
Yeah, I'm looking at TJ swim with the sharks, Bill. No, TJ, I'm leaving that to you. I
I
don't
am
swim.
not doing. Yeah. Well, right away we know what TJ likes. He loves those kind of adventurous excursions.
Well, now's the time for him to do it. I mean, while he's still young enough to do it and enjoy it. Um, Probably should have started 20 years ago. But no, you get out there while you can. You're not promised tomorrow. Get out there and enjoy it. Enjoy Europe. Get out of well, I mean, it's a evolution, because it used to be when I was growing up, let's go to Miami, let's go to Vegas. Woohoo! Well,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
it. We didn't
yeah,
think about cruising. We didn't think about flying over to Paris. And Paris is too far away. It's across the world. It's an 8-hour flight from New York or whatever.
yeah,
It's not that far. But we didn't think like that when I was coming up. Then I started cruising, and now it's the Caribbean. I want to do the Caribbean. Well, I've been doing that for a while. Now I want to see the rest of the world. I mean, when I got my job at
of
Delta,
course.
it,
Yeah,
it, it gave me a whole. I mean, I was able to fly. I wouldn't do it now, but Dubai and Beijing and Rome, Paris, and um, what's the other, Madrid. I was able to fly all these other places, and still able to do it. I'm still trying to get out there and see the world. Do it now while you can, while you have your health and can walk. Because
yeah,
Europe is not necessarily friendly for the people that are handicap accessible. They're not necessarily. You might find some places, but not necessarily. Do it while you're young. Even
yeah,
if it's only, you could take a couple of cruises. Take one cruise, but make it a European cruise where you spend a couple of days over there. So your 2 week vacation, 7 day cruise, 2 days before, 2 days after, whatever, and see something different in this
yeah.
world.
I
Look at
I
Emily
agree.
saying, "Get out there and see Europe."
I'm trying to see if Keisha could come on the cruise in December. Mm. Yeah, get out and see Europe. Exactly. Why not? Get out there and see it. I feel the same way. Just get out there and just see it and just do it and do something different. Just don't keep doing the same norm all the time. Did somebody new come on there? Living and cooking. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. We had a 2 bedroom apartment condo for a year in Freeport for over 20 years.
Wow,
Been to Jamaica and Barbados.
you got to get out. That's nice.
Yeah, you just got to get out. Where am I going next? I am doing Holland America.
Nice.
I'm doing a Mexican Riviera cruise out of Holland America. I want to see how it is for myself. I know people say it has a different demographics, but the food is supposed to be good, and they have a lot of great music, and so um, I'm going to check it out myself and see how it is, and
Always.
report back. Yeah,
I mean, even if they, it's an older crowd, I can get along with anybody. I mean, I can, young, old, whatever. I can get along with anybody, but you have to find what your groove is. As long as they let me, have my drink and smoke a cigar someplace, and I'm happy. I prefer like my music's slightly older. Like if I'm going to the dance club, 90s night is like perfect for me. 90s, 80s nights. Okay,
Yeah,
now I'm in there. You can play music I like. Um, but I also like the big band era. I like the Rat Pack and Sammy Davis Jr. and Dean Martin and all of them.
yeah, jazz and stuff.
I could sit there and listen to that all night long. So I would assume Holland would have something like that probably.
I'm hoping that because even when I went on Wonder, I was just like the little time I was in the jazz lounge, I was like, love this.
I love it.
The jazz, they had Latin, they had just like they had kind of that quartet type music in the
Yeah,
boardwalk and just like it was just kind of like how do we just go? Oh, welcome back, welcome back.
it's
I
in
always got out
Jamaica.
and got my drink on. Yeah, he been to
Mhm.
Jamaica. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like. Oh, that's a night bot. I thought it was somebody.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button.
Don't forget to hit the
Both
like
channels.
button. Well, I think anybody had any questions? I think we had a great night. Thank you so much for Bill. We had a
No
long talk.
problem.
We got to do this
I'm gonna
again
keep this
sometime.
anytime.
All right, so I'm gonna wish everybody good night. Bill, stay on for a second. And so, thank you so much for
Night,
coming.
everybody.
We went over longer than it usually is, but I thought it was a great conversation. And so, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Bill's channel. Check him out. And then, as he said, he has his live coming on Wednesday. And so, make sure that you're there. Raid the live on Wednesday as he continues to talk about Virgin Voyages and Brilliant Lady with Scott on that award-winning show on Wednesday. And so, therefore, thank you so much for coming. Until next week, happy travels. See you then. Talk soon.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.